剣の丘で鉄を打つ。我が生涯に意味はいらず。この体は無限の剣でできていた。
Hey everybody, welcome back to the New York session. Now, let's see, as always, what's going on here. Boom, we're about to get the new hourly open in about, actually it already did open here, so we got alright, nice. We're not getting a lot of orders flooding in right now currently. It looks a bit slow on the open. Looks like a slow open here for NY. But there's a range below support here that I think, price can probably look to sell. But the macros are still bullish, right? Since the macros are still bullish, we might be getting a bullish NY over here. And if that's the case, then we got like a little bit of a bigger accumulation somewhere around here, like a potential buy right above here, and then a sell maybe below this zone. Right now, we can see the sellers were kind of in charge for the most part of the day over here so far. But with the New York Open, we're starting to get a bit of like buying aggression, which I think is going to be the daily continuation now to the upside. But yeah, if we do sell off, we got a pretty nice head and shoulders here. All right, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That'll be volume coming down, breaking those lows, and then continuing to the downside. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here. You see, not much has really changed since London. We had this sell-off. I think this was the sell-off during London that we took, and then price kind of just moved up, rebalanced that section, came up into the accumulation zone, and then we got more orders in that accumulation zone, and then price came down after retesting that area over there. You can see small little liquidity grab here, a little bit of a shock in the water. That was before price started to come down again, just kind of like making sure it's mopped up everybody before, we got to create a new lower low there. And then now it is holding a range, sideways little momentum, that we should be getting some kind of a breakout here soon. So that's it. That's it. You know, not really much has happened here so far. And I think we're going to be able to get a buy most likely. Oh, nice little accumulation break here too. I wasn't trading the pre New York session though, but that's a pretty nice move right over here. Down towards support, a little bit of a corrective phase, as you can see. Point A down towards like point B. So that's also happening on like a much smaller piece of the cake over here. Yeah, pretty nice sell that is. And also because there's a lot more like selling orders, there's a lot more seller aggression overall in the market. So I don't know anybody who caught that move. I think it was a pretty good move. Wait, let me reset something. Yeah, so let's see if we get like some kind of a bomber cloud here today. I think it should be a pretty good day. I overtraded all this week, but at least is paying out, just controlling my risk. I did like 12 trades and 5 of them here BE and 1 L just yesterday. Yeah, controlling that overtrade. I mean, like, you know, after a while you're gonna like not even want to overtrade anyway. Like after a while, and you just want to keep your money. When you want to really keep your money, I guess you're not going to want to overtrade. You're going to be okay with just taking a couple of trades. Overtrading happens a lot to people, again, with like small accounts and people who are chasing something. They're usually chasing something. Get yourself a big enough account size where you're going to be able to take one trade even and, you know, call it a day. Make like $400, call it a day. Leaving the house nowadays costs like $300, you know, so I think that will be pretty good. But we should see some movement here. Yeah, we should see some movement here. What do y'all think, man? Buy or sell? Buy or sell? Because right now, I kind of low-key want to sell. Because if you can see, like, the selling pressure that we had from yesterday, we had loads of selling pressure. I would low-key like a sell because that would act quite aggressively, I think. I'm not totally opposed to the buy, however. Looking for a buy. I'm not totally opposed to a buy. Because actually my best bomber clots have been buys during this time for New York. We get really nice ones. Bomber clot! Hey, we're gonna see over here. Let's go on the 1 minute. 1 minute, we got like even an potential earlier break here, but I think the later one is better. So that's what it is. If we come down and we start breaking below this support over here, you're gonna have another range down towards like 47.56. 47.56 area here, which is going to be around, let's see, 77 pips. 77 pips. If we buy, then you know the range from here to here is like 33 pips. But yeah, I think at that point we're just probably going to get through this zone anyway, because there are going to be a lot of orders setting up here, like I guess stops, maybe liquidity from earlier, even though we got a liquidity swipe already from there. We might still be seeing price past this level and then continue to move up bullish. So let's investigate the daily, because the daily hasn't yet moved. All right, we haven't yet really moved on the daily, so we could keep pushing up over there. Daily open, easily see 48 48.40. I think that's a daily resistance right here. 48.40. So we haven't yet gotten like the movement, right? Let's see what's going on here. Stocks rise, oil jittery as mooted. Trump-Iran ceasefire tested. Strait of Hormuz at standstill remains a worry for investors. You just gotta have your trading set up in the Strait of Hormuz there and watch the ships. Iran rejected last round of talks before ceasefire. Let's see. Gunfire and ships sparks concerns. It remains to be seen if Iran or Israel agrees to extend its ceasefire. The worst thing is like waiting, you know, when there's nothing and a lot of uncertainty is just the worst. See, gold rises as oil prices ease after US ceasefire extension. So I guess the peace is really what's making price trying to move up, but I feel like people might not be buying into it. That's what it feels like. People are not really buying into this whole ceasefire thing. Because price should have like kind of moved a bit more aggressively here on the following day. It's just a lot of back and forth because you saw what happened last weekend when Trump opened the strait and then the next day basically closed the strait again. So I don't think people are really buying it too much. That's why I think we might actually end up getting a nice push down with that head and shoulders. Little confluence right there. Probably will be the play, but we'll see. Bullish on gold. My key confluence is Brent crude and it's moved up. Oh, 200 today. So bullish on gold. All right, crude 200 due for pullback if that makes sense at all. Sweep of the London low to buy. See, London highs will be taken, then buy side liquidity. So definitely sells. Oh, where are the London highs here? London, yeah. London highs. Yeah, I think definitely when we come up towards these zones, we're gonna look at like potential London highs at that point. Towards 47.81. Yeah, but who knows? Let's see. We gotta move from this area. That's for sure. We got resistance, we got support accumulating here. Either gonna break below here. It feels easier for price to come down and break these lows. To take that out. Feels like a little bit more work to come up. They say the bulls take the stairs and the bears take the window. So, yeah, I think we're going to wait here. Might even get like a little bit of a shotgun play below that zone. About 11 minutes into the hourly. Can you buy and sell at the same time? Is that a legit strategy? Yeah, it's called hedging. But you know, like the only time I've seen hedging work is on the higher time frames. That's what institutions do. They hedge correlations and all of these things, you know. Buy gold, sell dollar. But it's really sophisticated and I've never seen a retail trader do this. And if you take a buy and a sell at the same time, you're just going to lose both trades. I think we've all tried that before. The market is very sophisticated. You're going to lose both trades. You might think you might be even like break even or something, that you could get away with something, but yeah, you won't. Tell you, like, for me personally, I think every tick in the market is like every word to somebody costing $1. You know, like sometimes you're gonna hear some people speak, and then when they speak, it sounds like every word they use is like it's gonna cost them $1. Right? So every movement for me in the market is very intentional. Because if it wasn't, there would be a lot more loopholes for people to make money. And I think it's what I would do if I was a market. I would make it very intentional to limit that slippage. So we gotta be like where most of the people are gonna be when it's time to like have a move, and then avoid this, because this is like a bit random. Because you know price is coming down, but there's still a lot of buyer aggression in the market, you know. So don't want to get caught. We might still experience some volatility. You see orders are starting to increase here slightly a bit more. I hope it takes a while. I hope it doesn't start breaking now, because it would be nice to get an effect like the same we had on London session, where it took like a while before the move. Because then we know like for sure market's got to have a move. It's got to pay people. You see right now it's not paying anyone. It's just stuck in a range. No one's getting paid here except maybe, you know, some degens. But we're looking for the extension, right? The actual payout. Where they're going to be look like that. Right now it's kind of like buy low, sell high. They're like buy support coming towards like that support zone, and then sells at the highs. And it's also a strategy, right? Some people just look for this type of a market environment. So they're not looking to get paid with the market. They're looking to trade a ranging market. This is where a lot of brokers make a lot of commission as well. Inside those ranges. So basically accumulation too. But the thing is, like, when you wait for a break and a retest, you're most likely gonna wait like on a higher time frame, because it's either gonna be like you're catching that impulsive move to the downside, or you're waiting for the retest, right? So we always got these like two mental models towards like approaching market when it comes to execution. Some people kind of like that retest idea. Most of the time gold will not give you the retest, so you'll just have to be really patient to wait for the move to complete first. But by the time it's coming back up, sometimes for me, the market conditions look like they've already shifted. It's no longer the same market, you know, but for some people, they're still going to use that as a confluence. But yeah, if you're waiting for a retest, man, gold rarely does a retest on the first move. So like here, for example, it rarely does a retest. But if it does, it's an additional confluence, right? Just get like a candle break below, boom, boom. Continuation, maybe a liquidity grab, respect a key zone. Like yesterday we kept getting like 4700 psychological. Today we don't have any psychological marks to trade in, just technicals. Alright guys, smash that like button as you're coming in, support the channel. Yeah, future's a little bit off price. The grab, nice little liquidity grab here. Potentially. Nice little liquidity grab. Nice little range. Like 75 pips. Who's taking the sell? Chat, who's taking the sell? Who's taking the sell? I'm going to monitor it a little bit. I don't think I would take it right now, even if it started breaking. Couple confirmations that we got to see. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's loading up. It's loading up. There it is. There's the head and shoulders. Chat, there's the head and shoulders. Clean, nice little range. Oh man, this is gonna be a bleeder. Little hourly top wick being formed. Look at that massive hourly top wick to get through this hourly wick down here below to fill this hourly range, even beyond 47.56. It can come down towards like 47.37 over there. Look at that massive, massive opportunity. Oh, Lee, it's making a run for it. We might just see a complete bleed. A randomized volatility coming in. The way it's sort of behaving now, I would not be surprised if it's kind of falling like this. It's falling like through some small volume gaps here. Let's see. It's trying to stabilize. It's like volume gaps or orders, I guess. Either one. It's like triggering sell stops. Could be. Or just gaps in buy orders. It was looking pretty crazy here for a second. Because this is New York, right? This New York session. We got, let's see. We have today. We have no news. No news here on Wednesday. There's no news today. Five minutes about to close below support. It could be like a shotgun right here. Possible shotgun play. Is that? Oh yeah, it stuck its head out. It stuck its head out. Candle creating like some top wick. Oh, it's trying to give the buyers here a whip. But I think if it reflips and breaks at lows, probably gonna stop pushing. The hourly is pretty fresh too. Yeah, the hourly has not had a move yet. This would literally be the first kind of like distribution leg of this hourly. I'd say like, it's a pretty nice top wick there. But it definitely stuck its head out. You see, it's kind of like in this kind of vulnerable situation here. Where it's like that's a new lower low that's been formed as we're approaching the clean range. That's why the buyers came in so crazy. What time is it? Oh, 20 minutes into open. Come on, Goldie. I want to see Goldie pay people. Even if I would have probably missed a move though, to be honest. Like if it sold off, it would have happened too quick. Shots fired in the Strait of Hormuz. Well, that's what we would like to hear, I suppose. You're looking for a short on gold. Yeah, that's a massive top wick. Why is that? Oh, it's a 15-minute, small 15-minute attempt at a grab. See the 30-minute break of the previous 30-minute lows. Oh, it's a shotgun play on the 30 as well. That's where it went to dip in orders, sell orders below those lows. That's pulling up to possibly shake out traders. Man, this hourly was literally reflipping and breaking its own lows and pushing down and re-breaking. It's an hourly shotgun as well. Hourly shotgun, holy, 30 shotgun, clean range in all time frames. I think there was just a lot of orders sitting there, so it's kind of giving some whips. Wow, man, look at that. That's such a V-shaped reversal over here. Like 52 pips. It's shaking out traders, for sure. For sure. They're shaking out traders. Now watch it dump like 1,000 pips. What RR do I usually aim for? I just usually look at percentage gains, but we can say, let's say 1 to 1.5, maybe on average. But you know, it's hard to say sometimes because risk is variable, you know, like sometimes I got a 5 pip stop loss because the entry is so clean. Sometimes, most of the time it's like 1 to 1, but it's a very difficult question to answer. You know, because we look at percent at the end of the month and per trade. So right now I'm up like 0.9% on the day. I'm looking for 1% on this move. I think that'll be nice. End of the day just by close to 2%. Could give me more. We could get stuck in here. Might end up with 2% even. Because, you know, our entries are very, very refined. So we don't rely on this our metric. We just rely on execution and following our rules, and through that we get paid percentage gains. But of course, at the end of the day, you always want to limit how much risk is on the table, right? Maybe like 2%. R will mess with your head sometimes too, because it's easier to, let's say, risk 2% than it is for you to get a 1 to 2. You'd rather risk 2% and aim for 1 to 1 than risk 1% and aim for 1 to 2. Depending on how often, you know, your data are gonna support that idea too. So for me, I can comfortably say, if let's say I needed like a 5% or a 10%, I can most likely get it. It might take me a few tries, but I will get stuck in that one TFX entry that will give it to me. You know, sometimes it might take me 3, 4, maybe even 5 tries, but as long as I'm managing my risk and not risking more than 2%, I will get that 5% plus. It's only like when you need to do that, you know? Maybe you face a bit of drawdown that you want to like put yourself back up. But for the most part, you don't want to be greedy because that's going to work against you in the long run. You'd rather going to secure something. You have a fixed pip for SL? Maybe like, you know, 16 pips, but yeah, like say like 16, 20. Can be 5, depending on how clean the execution is. It's trying to set up a buy up here. That was a brutal liquidity grab. Pure V-shaped reversal on there. It's trying to set up a buy. You're gonna see it here. Brutal chop. Sheesh. I mean, this is quite a strong buy aggression. I don't know if it's just for this hourly though, because it's the only hourly here for a while which has been bullish. We see that bullish continuation of the macros. Damn, Daniel. What was that? Did that really move that fast? Orders are flooding in. Something is happening. Orders are flooding in. Something's going on here. Man, that was the fastest freaking... How many pips is that? Well, like almost 30 pips. News or something? Probably. Look at this. Maybe Trump is awake. Wow, holy. Whoa, man, that New York session never ceases to amaze me. Someone said a liquidity grab first and then a dump. Holy. Yeah, you had to be quick on that. Damn. Damn, Daniel, we just got a liquidity grab. Look at this fat liquidity grab. Holy. What's going on here? Holy. I would not be surprised if this thing just completely melt. Because if that was an intentional move up, this was absorption probably of the buyers. If it starts breaking lows. That was probably absorption of the buyers. Damn, Daniel. New York, man. That's why we call this a cowboy session, you know? Gonna have like a lot of news, a lot of these types of events. I wanted to melt, that way I get an easy flow. What news was that? Holy. Iran attacks third ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Let's not touch gold for now. I mean, that could have been a profitable trade up there for sure, but you just gotta be like, yeah, you gotta be fully locked in there. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it, getting in a quick buy. Because, you know, that volume, it doesn't happen on accident. right? Like even if it's at liquidity grab, it'll probably push like at least, you know, maybe 16, 20 pips. Worst case scenario, maybe it's kind of like a break even or something. Because the play is there, right? Like the technical setup, the TFX setup is there. It was there at the break. Man, too many liquidity grabs. Look at this. Another wick. Sheesh. Yeah, this thing I think it just better sell. Get itself out of this mess, you know? I mean, if it comes back up here, let's see where that entry zone is. It's probably the high of that wick. Small little liquidity fetch. Got two grabs. You got like one grab here, one grab there. Still kind of like what we call fidget spinning. It's like a fidget spinner here, you know? That Owly has not really moved. It's still like a doji. That shotgun play is still playing out on the Owly, mind you. Because, you know, the Owly got like 24 minutes before it closes. So it doesn't have to play the shotgun play now. It could also do it in the last 10 minutes. But I think it's shaking out all these traders. Even on the HTF. It could have been a shakeout on the HTF. Those Owly high time frame traders, 30 minute before the continuation of what they're actually looking for. Yeah, this thing looks like it wants to freaking melt, chat. The way it like falls so sporadically when it comes down. I got in with a tight stop. About like how much? Just below a percent. Oh man, it took me out. It's looking to break out. I think it's because the 5 minutes a bit extended. And the hourly is begging to melt. The only thing is the buy aggression, but technically, and the way it's moving is one of a melt. I think last week what we kept seeing was towards like the last 10 minutes of the hourly, it would stop pushing. Well, that's the case today. It's still got about like 20 minutes. Oil pump up. So yeah, I still think, man, this move up here, at least as of now, it seems like this was a liquidity fetch, right? Little shakeout of those higher time frames. See, 30-minute came up, retested these highs. Right now, the 30-minute is still doing like small little break and retest right over here. So break, retest, break of the lows, and then to continue moving bearish to fill that range. Oil pump. Oil pump. Oil pump means gold dump. Oh, wow. Oil is pumping. Yeah. It's true. Like, if you're going to use that correlation, definitely oil would be tighter to gold than the dollar for sure. Just because of everything that's going on. Holy. Yeah, I'm just monitoring this 1 minute. Wait for that 1 minute to close. Wait for that 1 minute. How much did that already spike though? Almost about 20 pips. Did you manage to take anything? You'd kind of have to be quick there. I'm gonna get in once we stop breaking here. So 467k aggression. There's a bit of a bullish divergence there. Oh, shaking out too much over here. Maybe we're gonna have to wait for 5-minute closure. There's a bit of a bullish divergence. I think that's why the sellers are having a hard time to get through this zone. Right now it's breaking and retesting on the 1 minute. There's a 1 minute break and a retest of the accumulation. Potentially right over here. That's the resistance. See, that's the first spike. It pulled up. Second push. That's like breaking and retesting. We got to see how it respects this zone over here for continuation on the 1 minute break and retest. It wants to push down. The problem is there's a lot of what is it? There's a lot of buying aggression down here. I wish that delta would just flip. Would make it a lot easier for the sellers to come in. I feel like it does want to move down, but it's trying to shake. About like 18 seconds for that candle there to close. Maybe this could be the one. I don't think it's going to pull up again like previously. Stock gets set out as well this time. Again, there's a range down here the sellers are looking to fill. I just know if you catch the move, it's most likely going to be a bumper clap move, right? Because it's trying to shake out as many sellers as possible before actually paying out. I think that's a pro about like managing risk until the actual move plays out. Controlling your risk until that point. Small little break and retest. This feels like yesterday's London session at 4,800. Yeah, because man, if it freaking distributes from here, it's gonna be a minute before that next re-entry comes in. I feel like it's just going to completely melt. What about like 46 minutes into the hourly? Yeah, hourly's still fresh. Hourly still hasn't had its play yet. Damn, but the buyer aggression is slowly getting out the way though. We're like 300k now. Still break and retesting that 1 minute play. It's holding, it's trying to hold that support. Sellers technically have a free fall. I think if they hold it a bit longer and just absorb the buying pressure, Delta could possibly flip on the next rebreak. I'm in, but I'm managing close. Putting my stop to break even. Beautiful. Let's freaking go, baby. We got it. We got it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, when he's around, you've always got a chance. Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
We got it, folks. We got it. Ride this thing at break even. If you're still planning on holding a runner, ride it at break even. Got some free range to keep moving down there. It shouldn't be giving too much a hard time. I wouldn't accept drawdown from that trade. I secured something here. I'm up for the day about 2 point. Let's see. How much am I up for the day? Let's do some calculation over here. $2.93% up for the day on this move. And I was just at break even. Just at break even, popped it back up. Beautiful. The beauty of managing risk, the power of risk management. So I think, you know, this is still a play over here. Doesn't look like it has tested the entry point yet. We would ideally like to see it keep moving down. Oh, there, yeah, it's spiked up there. Yeah, it's trying to shake out as many people as possible before heading down. Got the Delta flip as well there. Negative 600K. We got him. What symbol oil has on TradingView? It's got a WTI. We got him. W's in the shot. Remember, guys, smash that like button. You got like some sort of experience over here of how that you can look at the market in a way that you're gonna have an edge via taking your time. Via taking your time, watching, and then, you know, you gotta just keep watching until you get that entry, and then you keep trying and trying and trying until you get it. But like, the important thing is you're managing your risk, right? That you're not losing much. So smash that like button. Do I speak Swahili? Yeah, najua Swahili. Najua kuongea Swahili poa sana bwana. Swahili yangu ni kali sana, boss. I know Swahili, Russian, English, pretty much. Usiwezi kuongea vibaya na mimi. All right, let's journal this. What happened here? I first took an L, and then a break even, then a dub. TFX concepts, baby. Yeah, we're quite insistent on the sell there. Rack it up. Beautiful. Damn, when are we gonna hit 50%? I feel like it's taking a while here. Of course, I'm grateful, but damn. Need a nice bumper clot.
Bomboka!
You're out of B, you'll reload. Just keep reloading, man. Just keep reloading. I know the market's trying to shake people out. It doesn't want to pay people right now. Make sure to smash the like button, guys. Support the channel. Going for the best scalper this year. Best scalper of the year. Might join in that Robinsons next time. We'll see. So smash up the like button. Let's get a community going on here. Make things interesting. Momar, we got him? Yes, sir. Mr. Smith. You got that runner? I think my TP got slipped. Got some nice positive slippage on this. I set a TP on this one because of the pullback. So I can see it's pulling. You see how it's pulling up a lot? So we set like it set a physical TP. So because I had a feeling this can go on a spike quickly and then pull up. Spike through that zone. It's setting up again on the 5-minute here. It's looking for another shotgun play. Holy being so greedy with it. Because it wants to move down, but look at the way it keeps fluctuating like that. You see it come down here, another 238 pips. So remember, follow me on YouTube here. I usually post my progress on YouTube posts and Discord. Yeah, so you're gonna find it here. If you're subscribed to the channel, you're probably gonna see like the posts. We got like a post section over here. We got a post. Started doing this, and also what else? Discord. Yeah, if you're new, make sure you join up the Discord as well. Just gotta put in the work. The information is out there to everybody. The only difference is those people who actually want to learn, they're the ones who usually find profitability in the end. So the information's out there. You just gotta be willing. Because the market can call bullshit. The bullshit radar is pretty high on this one. So you're not gonna sneak your way in. You can't get lucky. You won't survive with luck. We don't get lucky. On which data is order flow based? CME. Straight from the CME group. Oh yeah, I gotta check my email. Let me see if I got those promo codes. We might do like a giveaway. Let's see, what email did I use? Here we go. Let's see what they said. Let's see what they said. The promo codes we can offer are one-time activation codes that provides access to premium features of both the EXO charts desktop and web platforms for 1 month. Same as 1 month subscription package purchase. Oh, nice. They're saying we could get 20 to 30. Let's go. Giveaway streams coming soon. Every stream gonna be a giveaway. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. You're gonna save like 50% of the overall purchase right there. Because even beyond the software, you still, you know, gotta get the data. So, you know, it can be quite expensive if you get everything at once. Man, that's sick. W's in their shot. W's in their shot. But they haven't sent it to me yet. So, can't do it now. Let's see, a little accumulation over here. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to reverse on this support area as it broke below that support. Looks like it's trying to reverse to move up bullish. Yeah, thank you, Woods. Thanks for the dubs. But actually, you know, if it doesn't end up like following through, continues to follow through like this, it's just gonna, you know, come down. Maybe it's just gonna have that as a liquidity spike right there, and then you're gonna see that the next candle is gonna start pulling down right now when it breaks these lows, because it looks like we still want to be heading down at this moment now, because it broke the high but it didn't close, broke the low instead. It broke the high, but that candle, wait, how much did it even break the high by? It's about like 2 pips. But it looks like a nice little liquidity grab confluence, so. I love these liquidity grab confluences. They're the best, man. You see like long wicks like this being left behind before a follow through. Best setups. Wait, what is up with this thing over here? I need to... bring that out. Smash that like button. Leave questions in the chat. You know, whatever you're struggling with right now in trading, let me know. Then I'll be able to share some light. Whatever the case may be, you know, don't hold it back to yourself. I feel like a lot of the time we gotta hold a lot of things back. But you gotta ask questions. Oh, Lee! It should keep going. Sellers there, 8% for the day. I think that's it for me for gold. Wow, man, nice. Going to Nas, play with the eval accounts. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Trump said he would delay further strikes until Iran presents a new proposal and negotiations are concluded. Let's see. Meanwhile, reports indicated Vice President J.D. Vance canceled a planned trip to Islamabad for talks. Wow, yeah, people are not buying this peace thing. People are not buying this peace thing. Gold is already, it's up still like 0.80%. But it looks like it could just completely melt, you know. Instead of moving up, guys are not buying this peace thing. We even took a sell during London. Pretty much sells all day. Yeah, how many trades we took? 22nd. 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, all sell ideas here. Brutal. I told you, Goldie does not want to pay these sellers out, chat. Look at this. See that brutal liquidity grab right here too? It's trying to shake out as many of them as possible before it heads down. It doesn't always do this, but definitely there are going to be days like this too. That's why I've kind of already been prepared for these type of days. You know what I mean? Like, because when you've been trading for a long time, you start to realize that whatever it is you're chasing, these longer type trades, in a whole year, for my experience, I've seen like 6 years of trading. In a whole year, majority of that year is going to be maneuvering times the market doesn't want to pay you. So, you know, if you're still not yet a profitable trader, you're going to have to change something. And stop relying on luck. Luck doesn't exist. It's going to run out eventually. But like I would say for a good amount of the year, it does it subtly, right? Like it's also not just super consistent. It does it subtly to maybe give you the illusion of maybe you might be able to get away with a certain metric that might be aggressive. But be rest assured that that has already been factored in for the whole year. So that's why I'm able to remain profitable year out. No matter the market condition, I will remain profitable. And that's also a little, what do you call it? Affirmation for myself. It's good to be confident. But you know, so far so good. Been a good few years so far. And I think as long as you're not greedy, then there's no market condition you won't be able to survive. Be it volume, be it low volume, we've traded them all. 10 pip ranges, 50, 100 pip ranges, makes no difference. But that's as long as you have like a good head on your shoulders, you know. But you know, some people are gonna take them time to sometimes people gotta have to go through it first and then see it for themselves. But just know that you heard it here first. When you get to that point and you realize that securing something is at utmost importance in this game, besides wanting to be right, securing and having that be a profitable day is the most important thing. So yeah, price did move down like we anticipated. It didn't move down as clean as we thought it would, but it did fill the range on the left hand side. So you can see that's going to be the hourly here. That's a hourly shotgun. It actually started like pretty early, but you see the problem is in hindsight it looks clean, right? But when that hourly was coming down, it was like fluctuating quite a lot. So it would have been like very difficult to catch that. So that's why I kind of had to come in a bit later. But yeah, it's like filling the range on the hourly. Got that 30 minute support there been filled too. We got it here. There's like a shotgun from here. You see, it's been trying to shake people out the whole way down. You got that shotgun here. Broke the low quickly. Pulled up. Liquidity grab. Came back down. Looks a little bit cleaner on this move. But there was a bit of fluctuation in there. And then we had that 5 minute as well. What was it? Yeah, like right here. This small little shakeout here. Went up. It broke the low again, but then like went up again before like having the move. It's like just shaking. And market is super good at doing that, yeah? Super good. So you might think you're gonna avoid like shakeouts on a higher time frame. You won't. It knows this because it's fractal. There's definitely different levels to market understanding. So it's really important you get like a good foundation in, because that's the foundation you build on top of for like the years to come. For me, not holding is amazing. I just love fast trades. I don't know how people hold for hours. I got so used to go in and go out in a second, holding several minutes. Yeah. I can tell you, I don't know a single profitable trader really who holds like that, you know. I know the few profitable ones, which I actually believe are, they don't typically hold. There's like a handful of people. Those people are gonna also focus more on bomber clot trades every now and then, and small moves here and there. The holding thing, nah. There's too much freaking what do you call it? Trauma. Too much anxiety. Too much anxiety, man. It's like, you know, it's geared in a way where if you can't do it Well, I don't know, like, you know, it's very hard to tell in this industry who's genuine as well, you know? So I think I just gotta stick with what I know, and this is what I know, this is what I do, and I don't think anyone else is gonna do it like we do it here. Oh, damn, son. Donald Trump tweeted something this time. Look at this freaking manipulation. It's been doing this the whole way down, literally. Like, it's been doing this. Look, you got even one right all the way above here. Boom, down, boom. It's shaking people out. It doesn't want people to make money right now, chat. You can see it in the technicals, and now we also just got some news, and orders are flooding in too. Oil is down like a rock. Yeah, let's go and see Truth Social here. Man, imagine you took a sell right there. Was anybody in a trade? Holy. Who was in a trade? Trump 3 hours ago. No, this is nothing here. Nearly. That's what we call a silent killer. It's not even a red folder. It's just freaking something. Something happened somewhere. That's why, you know, that New York session, best session is truly London. In the grand scheme of things, again, like I give you that same example, in a whole year, the New York traders are the ones experiencing most of this turmoil. They're the mass majority of them, the ones complaining on social media. It's mostly those New York traders. Because they got these trades, you see, they're holding long, right? They're holding these kind of like weird trades for a long time. And then they'll go to social media after this happens and say, oh, market is rigged. Oh, blame Trump, blame this. No, blame yourself. I'm up almost 50%. There's no excuse. We've all been dealt the same cards. We all started at ground zero. You know, we all started at ground zero. What's the difference? You gotta see genuinely what's the difference here. You know, like what's going on? What's going on over here? What do you have to adapt? Because the scary thing about the market is when you start losing a lot, it's going to repeat. Too much Trumponacci? Yeah, way too much Trumponacci here. Loaded up on the Trump bread. Loaded calories on the Trump bread. But he didn't tweet anything, so I think this must have been something might have popped off somewhere or some kind of like manipulation. Yeah, if that's some kind of like a manipulation. Because it's moving down again, so it's like doing what it did up here. Here as well. Let's see what oil is doing. Oh, yeah, oil as well. Damn. This most likely gonna happen. I think it's because America is very involved in the market. So even if I was the market and I was planning on stealing from people, I'd probably just do it in the New York session. That's when most people are gonna be on the chart, right? Like, trust me, the market is very black and white. That's why I say you understand these two things as a man in life. Life is very simple. You understand money and you understand women. Your life will be very stress-free. Right? Don't be a simp in both sectors. If you're a simp in both sectors, you're gonna get whips. Yeah, that's probably it. You know, that's London session time is... It's slow, granted, but it's definitely safe. A little bit more safer. Pre-London, London. I think crazy to try and trade with these kind of wicks. No SL is safe. Nobody can understand women. Not if you're a brokey. You're not gonna be able to understand women. For me, if you even look a prop firm rule on holding, they want to hold, so holding is less. Yeah, they want to hold through these situations. Because even you've been with us, Ricardo, like almost every London session, right? Like we never see this. We never see this type of moves. We're rarely ever gonna see that type of a manipulation. But the New York session is fun because it does have a lot of volume though. So when you get stuck in, it's really, really nice gains. The funny thing is we still have a lot of we have a buying divergence down over here though. So the buyers are not entirely out. It's kind of weird that that's not disappearing. Gotta take a few some time here for it to go. But we got buy divergence. Technically, it should be moving up on the next hourly candle. Somehow I'm up 1.4%, but it's been like a street fight. Yeah. Even right here was a street fight, man. Trying to catch this one move. Took one break even, one loss, and then the move. Do you relate trading to some degree of spirituality? Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's a reason why most successful people have this kind of like... They have a very different mindset towards a lot of things. I've just come to realize the universe is really good at hiding a lot of these things which are hard to do on the other side of what most people don't want to do. So trading is like the same exact way. Like you're gonna find most people are comfortable in a certain area, and I still see it today generally, in a certain sector, in a certain mode of thinking, right? I mean, just look at the people who are the most supported in our industry. They're not the ones who, I mean, they're just the ones gonna like, anyway, I don't want to talk bad about it, but it is definitely spiritual for sure. 100%, man. 100%. It's like your intent, right? If you move with integrity and you want to move correctly, then I think you're going to be finding your results there pretty soon. Because eventually the universe, as I like to say, will get out of your way. If you want to lose weight and you're eating at a deficit, the universe eventually gets out of your way. You might not see it in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, but eventually you keep moving that way. In 2 months or so, you're gonna start to see like major differences, like 12 weeks or whatever. So it's all about moving correctly and believing that how you're doing it is the right way to go. I like to say you gotta tie your shoelaces first and then run the race, right? It's not time to tie your shoelace in the middle of the race. So tie it first, do all your groundwork, and then run like hell in that direction until the next pit stop. Then you can refine, get better, then keep running. But if you're not moving correctly, then you're gonna trip all the way. So yeah, it's a very, very spiritual thing. Everything you do in life is gonna be very, very intentional. The result that you're seeking to get. You don't get successful by accident, right? Unless you win a lottery. And even then, the percentage of those people who win the lottery, they're gonna lose the money anyway in the end. Just trust me. This is why I always say, whatever you want to do in life, just do what most people are not willing to do. That's the thing that gets you the success. That exact thing, because everything good is hidden on the other side, right? Just do what most people are not willing to do. Figure what that thing is. So early in my journey, I realized most people are not actually willing to learn how to trade. They were always chasing something. So I said, okay, you know what? All these stories I'm hearing on social media, on YouTube, I could be a victim and be part of those communities who are always complaining and watching those people. Some people watch traders complain so they can feel better. But trading is so hard and all of these things. So you also gonna feel better. I could choose to be part of that community, or I could choose to stop being a victim and find ways to get and improve my trading on a day-to-day basis. You're always gonna have those two choices to make. Play the victim or actually put the work in and do it smart. A lot of people I saw were blowing accounts for nothing. For me, even if you look... Oh my days. What is going on? That's crazy. What is this? Trump traders placed 430 million bet on oil decline in the 15 minutes before Trump said he'd extend the Iran ceasefire on Tuesday, the third time this month. Bro, the amount of whips right now. So many whips. I think this is a perfect example to show you guys why I always secure something. This is like the most hard, like, you know, water in your face moment right over here. Man, if this doesn't wake you up, holy, you're gonna have a lot of character development left to do. Man, if you don't realize this now, this is why I always secure something. Because that time that you see when it doesn't happen, it's a small piece. You're not seeing the full picture, maybe because you don't have that experience yet. You're only seeing a small piece of the times where things are calm and it like plays nicely. You're only seeing small snippets. But trust me, this is what you're dealing with. This is the reason why that statistic is so high. 95+% of people losing money in the markets. This is why it's so high. And it's not just because of Trump. That system has been in place since I even started trading. That system has always been in place. It's the reason why you're going to scroll back here. Till the beginning of time, chat. Till the beginning of time. You know, I'm just talking like it's just me and you here. I'm not here to always lecture you, but I'm here to share with you my experience of the market, yeah? So since the beginning of time, right here, it's always had that same model in place. Right? This has been a very successful model for the market. Who designed it? How it truly works? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. Not even ICT himself would know such a thing, because the market existed before ICT was born. That's why, like, being humble is your greatest strength. Being humble, take a piece of the cake, adios. But let's see what's going on here. Man, this is crazy. How did we even get a winning trade in this shit? Man. Is there anybody live streaming who took an L over here? Whoa, is Raja streaming? Raja would be in a position maybe. But Raja doesn't stream anymore. He just used to stream the red folder events. Oh yeah, Raja. Oh, 5 hours ago? Wait, Raja's still streaming? 5 hours, 2 days ago, 7 days, 9 days, but not consistently. Wow, man, the YouTube algorithm is completely messed up. I don't even get recommended his channel anymore. I don't even get recommended his channel anymore. See, we got like a 5-minute resistance right over here. Looks like it might be trying to creep up. Lol, that's funny. I never realized this. No symbol match a criteria. A UFO capturing a cow on TradingView. I used to love this alien game called Aliens vs Humans on PlayStation 2. It's such a W game. Where you could like abduct cows on that game. And people. But anyway, look, price has rejected 47.65. Let's go on the 5-minute here. On spot gold is actually closed above though. We actually have a closure above resistance right over here. It may attempt a shotgun play. There's a lot of buying aggression right now, surprisingly. It's at a 1.5 million. Five-minute and we see more fireworks. We're at 1.5 mil right now, so I think if it re-breaks the highs, probably gonna try and move up here. About like, 40 pips. Yeah. It's a reset for NYSE in 5 minutes. On the 1 minute, not seeing too much. Just looks like some kind of V-shape reversals there on the 1 minute. Little price swings. Yeah, there's no TFX real entry here. Like even that 5-minute buy above here is sketchy. It's sketchy because you have like a wick, a big fat rejection wick here. But like from here to here, you got like maybe like 20 pips. But yeah, it's kind of sketchy. I think the only thing you're gonna rely on are these bursts of volume. Like you start seeing 5 or 1 minute candles start to creep up really quickly, because the aggression here is almost at 2 million. I see that 1 minute is trying to come up here. It's been supported by the, what do you call it? That 8 SMA right here. Got a little bit of a crossover as it's coming up towards the highs. It's gonna spike. The only way that's gonna be a profitable trade by 47.68 is if it spikes. Because I don't think that fluctuations are gonna be something you want to be stuck in. It's gonna have to spike because we have rejection here and overall volatility. That's the only way, chat. That's the only way. It's trying to creep up. You'll be best. Let's see. That 1 minute needs to open. Got about like 7 seconds here. You didn't get it now. You need that 1 minute. You need that 1 minute. It needs to spike through. 1 minute create the bottom wick, and then it's got to spike through once it re-breaks a high. That's the only way. And then you're gonna have to manage risk like really tight, possibly below that 1 minute. That's the only way you're gonna get through this zone. Otherwise, the fluctuation is gonna get you out. It's breaking already on futures, but not on spot. Spot is still down. Oh wait, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Spot is still down over here. Spot and futures are like, you know, brother sister. Like brother and sister, yin and yang over here. I think you're gonna find a pretty nice confluence once you start looking at both of them. Now you see, now it's spiking. Now it spiked on what you call it, on spot. This thing, the only way I would ride it is maybe something like really freaking tight like this, just because of those fluctuations and the moment that the market is in right now. Just ride it really freaking tight. Let's see. How much was that? Oof, yeah, that would have sucked. It didn't give about 16. That's what I was trying to measure here. I think that would have been a potential 250. 0.5%. It's aggressive. I wouldn't take it though, because it's a sketchy place. This is only like you're forcing kind of issues, you know. It's a sketchy place because of this wick right here. The market needs to come down, because I feel like since we had that big spike up here, it's been sort of like in this overall manipulation still area. See, it was like relatively calm when we were still getting in. Oh, the 5-minute close with no top wick too. No range. That means there was no range for this candle to keep moving up bullish. So it kind of like wick filled that area. See, it's like a small wick fill, and then kind of like a rollover on the wick. You're gonna see this tend to happen quite a lot. This creates like what we call like a wick boundary, where price comes up to fill the wick area, and then it starts like rolling through it. The first time I saw this happen was like on the 4-hour time frame, and I started realizing on 4 hour, these wick boundary areas, like they're gonna get respected quite nice. They act as a form of like resistance in a way. Well, at least in this situation. Long wicks. You get the wick fill, which can be the trade idea, which was a sell that we took yesterday as well. We had a wick fill, remember, when price was coming down on gold during NY session. It's like a wick fill. We had a nice sell and it filled the range. And then you can always kind of expect something to happen within those zones. Some people actually manage like this. All right? Let's say they had a position here, and maybe their stop loss was somewhere above here, and they're scaling in martingale style. I've seen another trader do this. So it's always nice to see when traders have the same perspectives, you know, without learning all this from like an individual person, like that whole ICT crew pretty much just say the same thing that they hear in the videos. But like when you're reading price and you see like another trader who also reads price action have the same the same perspective on markets, you know, then it really shows you how important psychology is in these markets and understanding how candlesticks behave, because you're going to be able to communicate even without ever having talked to one another. But you can see it's something that's going to be happening in the market quite a lot, because all you get is going to be candles, right? No one is going to teach you about an FEG, right? You're most likely never going to figure that part out unless you get creative about it yourself. But the thing that you're going to always see to be true are candles. Because when you come onto TradingView, that's all you get are candlesticks. The other stuff you add on there, you know, sometimes we like to get SMC, smart money style, and all of these things. Man, you can't prove any of that. Even those guys who speak about those things can't prove any of that, the stuff that they say, you know? But all you get are candles right over here. So you got to see candlesticks as well as, you know, that overall psychology of how price moves. That's it. That's a smart money right there. I would say that is a smart money. Because sometimes, man, it's a pure giveaway, right? Like whenever you get like a setup, for example, and then that creates you like that liquidity grab situation. And then you got your TFX entry right here. Then you get that liquidity grab situation. Man, it's a pure giveaway. That's basically what happened yesterday with 4800 psychological. We got one trade, which was respecting and then give us a liquidity grab below 4800. You know, those are psychological marks we're all looking at as traders. Trust me, man. Like, I don't know. Some people are gonna know, some people are not gonna know. Some people are gonna thank me now, some people are gonna thank me later. You have 1 minute, 5 minutes, and we can see some more fireworks. But yeah, the good thing is there's nothing. No news today. Clean. Thursday we have unemployment claims. It's an orange folder, but you know, something to look out for here. Pound, we got pound news, not important. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a pretty good day, pretty good week up ahead. We got Wednesday as well. Pound news, retail sales. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good week here. And let's see next week. What are we gonna have next week? Next week we're gonna have JPY news. Oh, we got monetary policy. Man, I miss GJ. Tuesday, consumer confidence. Wednesday, what else? USD, FOMC. Oh, we got FOMC statement. But I don't think we're going to get any rate decision changes. It's probably going to remain the same. We still got FOMC in 7 days. It's most likely going to be no change. Yeah, 99%. No change. July, September. Rate cuts are not on the table now. Until maybe like Kevin Walsh comes in June, July. He's probably going to be more pro rate cuts. So we're going to see the probabilities shift here during the summer months. We might be getting the rate cuts as we typically do on year end. Like every year, we're going to get rate cuts usually, or rate hikes on the dollar towards the end of the year, like somewhere around here. September, October, December. I think that's when the true rate cuts are going to come. But September might be a bit too soon. Right? Kevin Walsh should be in, I think, in June or July. So I think maybe October, December, we should be getting now the market actually move. Like this rate decision has been something that we've been waiting for since 2025. With Powell too late, like Trump likes to call him. Remember, guys, smash that like button. Come on now, support the stream. This is the best New York session, London session stream. The algorithm just doesn't know it yet. But we know it. We know it, and it's just gonna have to step out the way eventually. But yeah, this is what it is here. Towards the end, we've been waiting all of 2025 for rate decisions. So I think that's gonna come towards the end, because right now we have this whole war that's gonna be providing us liquidity. The whole time, you know, we already have a catalyst. We have macros. There's no need to force the rates. Like that's something we're gonna have like cherry on top at the end of the year. We're gonna ride this war up until that point. Trust me. Trust me on this, man. I've seen this happen so many times. You have no idea. You have no idea. Even these plays that we're taking here on stream, I've seen them happen so many times. It's just a different day, but it's the same toilet seat basically. It's you know, most likely gonna happen there. Oil is probably going to target 100 psychological as well. It looks like it's gearing up for it. 100 psychological. We're breaking above $93 a barrel. We're going to be heading up towards 100 soon. I am not uncertain. Trying to see the 1 minute here. 1 minute play. No 1 minute play. It's giving us that type of a PA we saw last week when we saw a lot of consolidation throughout London and New York. That's kind of what it's doing here now. I don't think everyone's gonna make any money here, to be honest, chat. I don't think so. I think the market right now, I've been suspecting this since we started stream. The market doesn't want to pay people for New York. So I think there's a very low probability that people are going to be able to make some money especially now after these fluctuations. You just gotta wait, you know. But as of right now, there's no setup. Buyer confidence almost at 2 million. But you know, the most important thing about trading is also knowing when not to trade. Right? A lot of us always want to look for when to trade, but knowing when not to trade. It would be the most ideal if candles can break through this zone and we're going to get like some candlesticks start moving up like this. They're going to move up. They're going to create some new range. And then, you know, it's going to be pretty good price action then. Especially, you know, when you get something like this, kind of like more opened up, a little bit more predictable. Look at this beautiful shotgun right there. Didn't even give it much of a hard time. Came from point A down to point B clean. Not even a hard time. And you can read it. Yeah, you can anticipate it a lot more. But this, man, you gotta wait. So if you know the difference, just this difference of when to trade and when not to trade, then you're gonna have like what do you call it? Like protect your account a lot better. Protect your account, maximize gains, limit losses, knowing when to go heavy, when not to go heavy. Crude's only 92 on my chart. It must be the broker. Because you know, sometimes people wonder also, if you look at gold, for example, gold here is down. Spot gold is down 0.60, but futures is up. Sorry, spot gold is up 0.60 and futures is up 1%. It's also just because difference in price. Could be difference in price, and also some brokers, for example, you're gonna see on market opens, they're gonna have a different type of a gap, like small technical things. But yeah, I think, what are you on right now? This is 94. You can't be. Crude's only 92 on my chart. How is it 92 though, bro? 92 all the way down over here. If you're at 92, then you gotta see like into the future. This is a future stream for you, so you know, just take a buy. Take a buy here at 92.
Bomboka!
Yeah, 2 news. Anybody get to the bottom of that? Where those 2 spikes came from? Didn't make sense, right? We didn't have Trump post something. We can go on our live news here and see if there was anything. 2 sides are getting closer to a framework that would include basic understanding of curbing Iran's enrichment. This was at 9:15. It's 9:42, 9:15, 9:17. Let's see when the spike was. The initial spike was at 9:05. 9:09. These news came out here at 9. Let's see. $9:30. 9:20. Trump, Iran talks possibly as soon as Friday. Oh, these are the peace talks. As soon as Friday. Trump did say he doesn't want to escalate. So we're looking at peace talks on Friday. Maybe this could be it. But wait, this was posted here, I think at 9:20. Yeah, but I wouldn't listen to what much of what he says. He said this last week and the day keeps getting pushed back. Trump, you can't risk lower stock market and higher oil. Iran is grabbing and squeezing from balls that hurt. Right before market open. Lying son of a gun. Don't trust Trump. I'm sure something's gonna pop off this weekend though. I got a feeling. We're gonna see some fireworks on the Monday open. We're gonna see volume. Price is gonna move. We changed rhetoric from deal by Friday to talk by Friday. What's next on the list? Yeah, no one's buying this, bro. Like nobody trusts Trump anymore. Nobody trusts Trump anymore here. I would just want to see price continue to move down, to be honest. It'll be a little bit more clean cut, a lot more selling action. You see, price is finally moving. It's finally starting to give like a better price action for potential move here soon. So this is like not really a trade to catch, but a trade to set up for the trade to catch. Because now we're finally breaking out of this chop right over here. All those wicks. So if you're still looking for a trade in the market, just, you know, wait for TFX concept. You're going to get a market environment like this. And you're going to get a trade, and it's going to be a pretty good trade. That's what I think. You see it's setting up. Let it push. Ideally, it should even keep pushing up a bit more. Possible sell would be nice to see. A sell would be nice to see. Because I believe it could still be shaking out traders on the higher time frame, right? Over here. It's only when we start to break above this resistance, maybe we're going to take these buyers overall a bit more seriously. Correct? Because they've had the whole day after the bull run from Asia pre-London, London, up until New York to create new higher highs, and they still didn't. And then price came down for New York. So maybe that was taking out that liquidity from all the aggressive buyers who are getting stuck in waiting for price to go up in anticipation of these peace talks, correct? Maybe that could have been the play, and then now it starts skyrocketing upwards. But they, technically speaking, had the whole day to keep creating new higher highs, and they couldn't manage. So I think you got to take them more seriously, the buying pressure, when you got like some new structure being built overall. But yeah, this is pretty nice, man. It's gonna create like beautiful correction, possibly. Or if not a correction, then potential buy continuations. But as long as price is moving with intent, you're at a higher possibility to have a profitable trade. As long as we're moving with intent. See, Iran has not yet decided to hold discussions on Friday. It's a two-way street. But with Trump, it's a one-way street. Wherever I go. Buyers taking over? Yes, sir. Now we're getting 4.4 mil. I believe Iran more than Trump. Yeah, same here. Iran's not yet decided to hold discussions. Yep. This is just ridiculous, man. The market is just reacting off of two people text messaging each other. It feels like back and forth. So we gotta keep using the Trumponacci in our trading, and then we're gonna feel good. once we get yesterday we had Trumponacci sells. Today was rather surprising though. I think today kind of confused a lot of people, to be fair, because people thought price was gonna go bullish, but it went bearish. So I guess like Trumponacci's hit rate is not 100% too. Hey Kevin Simpson, thank you man. Appreciate the like. NYSE open. Oh, we got NYSE. Oh, is that sell off here? London opens, London session happens when Trump is normally sleeping, but NY is morning, start of the day for Trump. Maybe that's a clue. Trading safer during London. Yeah, I don't know why most New York traders just don't trade London. They keep complaining about like all this that's happening during New York. Why not just trade London? But I guess you just gotta wake up earlier. Probably that's why. But yeah, it's like clockwork with this guy. Definitely during that New York Open, that's where you're gonna find a lot of tweets. Higher probability. You know, trading is all about probabilities. A wick break here means a potential move here. Depending on if that structure is being formed, what's the percent? What's the probability of that model playing out? So sometimes you're gonna have like, let's say a TFX entry here, and then let's just say for argument's sake an ICT trader here. So it's like, what's the probability of who gets paid for that setup, right? Who's gonna get paid for that setup? It doesn't mean one or the other is necessarily greater, but like per trade, it's, you know, it's gonna depend. Like maybe there's just a higher probability this one plays out, and then this one doesn't play out, right? The range gets filled, maybe get a range fill. Then maybe sometimes you're gonna see like it's a higher probability maybe this one gonna play out. That's why you're gonna have some traders that can all trade the same thing, because otherwise everybody trading ICT would be, for example, profitable, correct? But even when you trade ICT, you're always gonna have like one ICT guy, let's say against another ICT guy, and then this guy's taking a sell, but this guy's taking a buy. So in the end, it always seems like ICT is working, but it's only gonna be like one guy who's gonna maybe potentially be more profitable. But you're both technically trading the same thing. You can get the confirmations at the same time. That's the tricky thing, right? So it's again bringing you back to like 50-50. And also it's about like how you manage your trade too. Like how do you lose? How do you win? All these things kind of play a role. TFX concepts is pretty straightforward, because we're just looking at the directional market. Like what side are we going? Okay, perfect. I don't think we're going to take a buy here and then there's another TFX entry for a sell there. It's mostly you're going to take a buy and it's going to play out and then reset up again for the sell or the buy. Simple. But I will see you all tomorrow for the London. Take care, take care. Crazy market conditions here. Manage your risk, and I will see you tomorrow. Adios.